Through the description of the original journey to the west, we know that before Sun Wukong jumped into the water curtain cave, someone might have lived in the water curtain cave because there were firearms on the stove and there were still food residues left on the table. It means there is someone in the water curtain cave, but as soon as Sun Wukong came in, he hid. Let's imagine that there was a strange black shadow, and the sound of wet footsteps suddenly came from a distance outside the door. He had to leave, and the person he was waiting for finally came. He must not find himself. He quickly stepped on the burning fire, picked up the dry food on the table, and hid it in a dark corner. In the darkness, a pair of eyes were secretly watching what was happening. Who is this person? Where did he go later? The third chapter of Journey to the West reads, Sun Wukong returns from learning the righteousness and serves the Tao. Since the king has such supernatural powers, our iron bridge is connected to the Dragon Palace in the East China Sea. If the king is willing to go down, he will look for the old Dragon King and ask him what weapons he wants to see, but he won't take advantage of it. The water from the water curtain cave leads directly to the Dragon Palace in the East China Sea. Isn't this a secret road to the Dragon Palace? This person hiding in the water curtain cave must have come in and escaped through this secret passage. So are there people guarding the water curtain cave in the East China Dragon Palace and waiting for Sun Wukong to arrive? So can't other monkeys find the water curtain cave? But except for Sun Wukong, any other monkeys who want to enter will die. Sun Wukong is the only monkey that came out of the water curtain cave alive, and is the true emperor in this group of monkeys. Sun Wukong became the Monkey King because he was designed, and someone was behind the scenes. In order to allow Sun Wukong to successfully become the Monkey King, he cleared out the original power of Huagua Mountain, and protected Huagua Mountain, prohibiting other demonic forces from entering. At the same time, in order to prevent other monkeys from becoming kings, the water curtain cave was firmly guarded by the people of the East China Sea Dragon Palace. Except for Sun Wukong, any other creatures from Huagua Mountain will die as long as they enter the water curtain cave. Finally, with the Jade Emperor's imperial edict, the things below are born from the essence of heaven and earth, and are not worthy of attention. This makes Huagua Mountain a dangerous monster that cannot interfere, and only the Monkey King has the greatest freedom. In the words of the monkey in Huagua Mountain, we are waiting for a happy party every day and inspire China in the blessed land of Xianshan. We do not accept the Qilin hero, the Phoenix Hall, and the constraints of the death of people. Freedom is an infinite blessing. However, although this life was happily living and Sun Wukong was also in front of his Monkey King, all the kings had the same trouble, and Monkey King was no exception. That is what emperors have wanted to achieve since ancient times. Sun Wukong also proposed his next phased goal in life, that is. Although the law does not belong to the law of human death today, it does not have the power of animals, but in the future, the blood will be weak, and the king of hell will be in charge. Once he dies, he will not be born in the world in vain and will not be able to live in the heavens for a long time. After saying this, a monkey suddenly popped up and Li Xing shouted, if the king is so far-reaching, it is really the so-called development of the Taoist heart. Now, among the 5 insects, only the 3 colors and Mings are not in the control of the king of hell. They are Buddhas, immortals, and sacreds, who escape from the cycle of reincarnation, and are neither born nor destroyed, and are with the heaven, earth, mountains, rivers and beasts. After hearing this, the Monkey King asked him, oh, if there is such a thing, where do these 3 live? Only in the world of Yen Fu, in the inspiration of immortal mountains, there is also an important information in this description, that is, Tongbei Monkey divides all the gods into 3 major forces. The first major force is Buddha, that is, the Tathagata sect. The second major force is immortal, representing the Jade Emperor, and the third major is the sacred. It represents the Taizhang Laojuan. Please pay attention to this sorting. The first is Buddha, the second is immortal, and the third is holy. In other words, in the eyes of the monkeys, Tathagata is greater than the Jade Emperor, and the Grand Emperor. Sun Wukong's learning of righteousness was just an idea, that Tombua's monkey pointed out the direction for him. In other words, Tombua's monkey led Sun Wukong on the path of cultivation. Alas, since Tongbei Yuan is so clear about it, why didn't he embark on this path of becoming a disciple by himself? He is so powerful, why didn't he sit on this ape king? Because the monkeys on the back have self-knowledge, he dare not enter the Shui Liandong. As long as he enters, he will die. It is even more difficult to become a disciple. Even if he can find a teacher, he may not necessarily accept it. But Sun Wukong is different. He is the God-selected person from Wagwa Mountain. In the distant west, a teacher is waiting for his arrival. But at this time, Sun Wukong himself did not know all this. He embarked on the road of slowly studying with his yearning for immortality. It is always the first step to success. Sun Wukong set out on the road to patrol the army. In Nanzan Buzu, he traveled to the small county. He has been in the world for more than 89 years and has been on the road to the Western Sea. He thought about protecting gods overseas, so he followed the previous method and made a way to fly on the West Sea to the boundary of Xinyu. Note that Sun Wukong studied arts and worshipped poems in Xinyu. Whose territory is Xinyu? Sun Wukong was able to find his master thanks to an overseas Chinese suit, which was very cultural and advocated the Tao in the forest. When they met, they were not immortal-level Tao, sitting quietly in Jiang Huangting, etc. After hearing this, Sun Wukong judged that Jiang Huangting was a moral truth, and this was not a god, so what was it? As soon as I asked, this guy is just a god who gave it to this overseas husband. Is this god a Taoist? Let's see how Qiaofu guided Sun Wukong. Qiaofu said that it is not far away. This mountain is called Lingtai Fengcuan Mountain. There is a slanting moon 3-star cave in the mountain. There is a god in the cave called Subhuti Patriarch. The ancestor went out with countless disciples, and now there are still 30 or 40 people practicing from him. You follow the path to the south for 7 or 8 miles, and it is his home. I would like to make a special statement here that the 3 words Subhuti were said by the overseas Chinese, and they only appeared this time, but we still call this god by Subhuti. The 3 words Subhuti are very well known. Through the description of overseas Chinese, we know that Subhuti Patriarch lives in Fengcuan Mountain, Lingtai, and the 3-star cave of the Silent Moon. There are countless disciples and grandchildren. Since a Thailand man who chops wood knows him, there should be others. Moreover, this overseas Chinese man chops wood on this mountain. After cutting the wood, he will take it to the market at the foot of the mountain to sell it, which means that this place is not a secret place. So according to the instructions, Sun Wukong could soon see a stone tablet standing on the tooth, about 3 feet high and 8 feet wide, with 10 big characters written on it, which are the square Cun mountain of Lingtai and the 3-star cave of the slanting moon. Note, this brand is very big, as tall as the stone where Sun Wukong was born. It seems that the Patriarch Subhuti is also very high profile. If you make such a big brand, you must be afraid that those who come to find him will not be able to find it. Could it be that there is a large Taoist force on the territory of Tathagata, called Subhuti, and this god is still very high profile? When Sun Wukong came to the entrance of the cave, he didn't dare to knock on the door. Patriarch Subhuti actually sent a disciple to receive him. He was very proactive and the customer service was done well. I would like to give him a good review. After hearing that Wukong was born from stone, Patriarch Subhuti still followed the joyful way, which is indeed the birth of heaven and earth. Pay attention to the joy. Subhuti is the joy, which has a deep meaning, at least it means that he really wants to accept the disciple of Sun Wukong. Could it be that there is a very high-profile Patriarch Subhuti who is waiting to accept Sun Wukong as his disciple? This Subhuti is really suspicious. Did Patriarch Xiang Bodhi hear it? Did Patriarch Bodhi listen? Xiang Bodhi, amen son.